Hello, this is Anna Imagination with the Healing Garden. We are taking a few minutes this morning, a few hours, covering a 4-part episode. I've decided it's only going to be 4 episodes. And this is part 4 of Crisis Mode, Emergency Recovery, the Healing Garden way. When you are absolutely in a crisis and your anxiety and your panic attacks are hitting hard, you feel completely out of control, and it's equivalent to feeling like you're on a ship at storm and you're just curled up in the corner and the storm is just beating away on your ship and you have no control. That is absolutely crisis mode. And the first 3 videos, I break down overall, this is what's happening in your subconscious mind, why you feel this way. And then videos 2 and 3, video 1, I give you some breathing and walk you through what's going on. And video 2, I provide conscious awareness. That way you can start stepping up and taking control. And then video 3, we talk about the identity and enforcing and solidifying your grounding. That way you can start grabbing the helm and steering your way out of the storm. The last one I want to talk about is prevention and or a plan going forward, because crisis mode, no matter how good you get at mental health, crisis mode still happens. Now, crisis mode when you are at level 1 of your healing is a nightmare leviathan of a storm, and it feels like you're in a hurricane for hours. When you or days, when you are at level 50 and your healing has completely settled down and you're recovered and now you just do mental maintenance, crisis mode does not feel like a hurricane. Crisis mode feels like I'm having a bad day. I'm having a bad hour. I'm feeling off. I'm just feeling emotional right now and I need to just kind of sit down. It feels like you're emotionally under the weather. That's crisis mode for when you get to level where I am. And I often joke that I'm at level 67, and I don't know why I randomly pull 67, but it's up there. So my crisis days, and I remember when my crisis days felt like catastrophe, and it was catastrophe, and I didn't know if I could survive them. They were that bad that I did not know if I could survive them. Now my crisis modes are, God, I can't wait until I can get rid of this. And I know that they're temporary. And it does feel like I'm just emotionally under the weather. So that's when I withdraw and I solidify my identity and I spend some time with myself. So that's really, as far as prevention goes, you're always going to have crisis days. Just because you're healed doesn't mean they go away. They just get less intense. The intensity is what gets turned down when you heal. The same things still happen. I mean, not abuse, but the intensity changes. So everything is no longer, when you're in level 1 to level 5, level 10 of healing, everything is a catastrophe. And it feels like the intensity is 100, maxed out on everything. When you heal, the more you heal, the less the intensity gets turned down. So when I started, it was like everything was awesome or everything was catastrophic. And I was toggling. And then as I healed, this shrunk and shrunk and shrunk. And now I'm here. Now I am here. This is level 67. Now they still happen. Good and bad still happens. But I'm not going, oh my God, this is phenomenal. And I'm not going, oh my God, I'm going to die. That's not happening anymore. Now I'm right here. Now it's just kind of, oh, I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good. Versus, I don't feel good. And this is what I've noticed. When I don't feel good, my identity took a break. When I feel lousy, I'm tuned into other people. Got that? I'm going to say it again. When I'm having a good day, I'm tuned into myself. When I'm having a bad day, I'm tuned into other people. There, that's it. That's your plan. We're all done here. Thank you for joining me. That's it. It's when we get away from ourselves. It's when we start focusing on what your boss wants. It's when you start focusing on what your partner wants. It's when you start focusing on what your children want. It's when you start focusing on what your parents want. It's when you start focusing on what your peers want. That is when you start to have a bad day. When you start focusing on what other people are doing. Oh, my partner's not cooperating with me. My partner's not going in the direction that I want him to go. My partner's not doing X. I'm frustrated. Versus, I'm going to focus my attention on me and I'm going to do what I want to do. And on my really good days, I'm tuned into myself and I'm aligned and I'm not worried about what everybody else is doing or thinking. And on my bad days, I'm tuned in to what everybody else wants. And to fix it, I shut everybody off. I say, no, you know what? I can feel me leaning more towards what you guys want. No, get out. And I cut everything off and I throw everyone away and I reestablish myself and I tune back in and I spend some time with myself. I do my things. I revisit what I want to do. And I don't let my daughter tag along. I love her, but I don't let her tag along because I need to find what I want, because she can pull me in this direction and my son can pull me in this direction and my landlords can pull me in that direction. And I'm just going, no, me. I'm going to stabilize and I know what direction I want. I want to be a podcaster. That's what I want. And my worried partner is going, you really need to get a job. And I'm going, I love you, but no, because that doesn't make me happy. That does not make me happy. So I'm going to be here. And that's where you need to be. So once you figure out who you are and you've gotten your crisis under control and you're solidified, this is all about you now. This is your healing journey. This is you as the lightning rod. And you're going to feel your abuse pull you in all these different directions. And you're going to have to fight that if you want to be healed. It's all about reclaiming, saying, no, that's my abuser. I'm taking that back from me. No, that's my father. I'm taking that back from me. No, that's what my brother said. I'm taking that back from me. No, that's what my ex-husband said. No, I'm taking that back from me. And every day, I find more and more of my identity that was taken away from me. Yesterday, it was my theater. Yesterday, I went, no, I wanted to be an actress. Well, fuck that shit, Dad. I'm going to be an actress. Fuck you. And here it is. Boom. I'm an actress now. And I'm going to go on and I'm going to perform my uber awesome subconscious dialogues. And I'm going to reestablish who I am because it's about me now. And then I hear words like, well, you're selfish. No, that's guilt. That's third party. That's societal garbage. No, that's not me. That's my abusers. Boom. This is about me now. And I don't this is boundaries. This is my defense system. I have committed to taking care of me. And that means no one gets to make me feel bad because I chose me. No one gets to make me feel bad because I'm not living their life. If they want their life, they need to live it. I am not responsible for them living their life. They need to make that their priority. They need to face their fears and live their life and stop trying to control mine. They don't get to live vicariously through me anymore. And that's just it. I call that using, when people try and live vicariously through me, because that's what abuse is. It's other people living vicariously through you. I'm a video gamer. I'm a controller. I'm a video gamer. Every time I sat down to play Skyrim, I said the same thing. No, I am living vicariously through my avatar. And I was. I lived vicariously through my avatar. Abusers use people like avatars. That's it. An abuser treats people like avatars, and they live vicariously through them. They control you. They direct you. They puppet you. They move you. They destroy your identity, and then they shame you and they guilt you to make sure you don't touch that identity. How dare you touch that identity? You're my avatar. I'm using you. I am really sensitive to the feeling of being used. Really sensitive. So that even in a playful manner, if I get any kind of a feeling or vibrational frequency that I'm being used, it turns on. It's a really strong repulsion of being used because I lived as an avatar for abusers all my life. That's what abuse is. That's what slavery is. You are being used as an avatar so other people can live vicariously through you. Oh, yeah, that's abuse. Your parents live vicariously through you. Your siblings live vicariously through you. Your job, your employer, your friends, they all live vicariously through you. Even your partner has selected you in some cases because you have traits that they wish they could have and don't. I did this with my partner. I love salsa dancing. And I thought if I don't have him in my life, I can't have salsa dancing. So I kept him in my life just so I could have salsa dancing, just so I could have fun, just so I could have that part of me that I thought I couldn't have for myself. So I had it through him. So I lived vicariously through him. And then I realized just this week, 2 days ago, what am I doing? I can just do this on my own. I don't need him. And I felt that separation just a little bit more. And I was able to step back and go, I can do it. Every time you experience fear, you are disconnected from yourself. Every time you feel fear, you are disconnected from yourself. Get your head wrapped around this conscious awareness. Step up and just sink your brain into these concepts. Because this is it. This is you, conscious awareness, not being aware that this is what's going on. So step up, wrap your head around this, that you've been used by people who are so afraid of living their own identities that they seek others out to live vicariously through them because they're afraid to live. And you now are an agent for your abuser. Say no more. Refuse it. Stop the cycle. Break the cycle. Decide to go, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and be my own self now, and I'm going to have my own identity. And I'm going to bring my identity in, and I'm going to solidify it, and I'm going to plant it, and I'm going to be it. And suddenly you don't need anybody else. You don't want anybody else. When you do get ready to choose other people, you can decide what those people are going to be for, why you want those people, what thing you're looking to fill in yourself. Why do you want people in your life? Is it because you need something or you lack something? That's a red flag. That means you've neglected a part of your identity. So take some time for yourself. Learn yourself. Put up those defenses and say, no, I love me so much now. Because I've seen what happens when I neglect me. I have seen the worst it gets. And I don't ever want to go back to that. So I'm throwing up boundaries. I'm using my defense system now. I'm telling people, fuck off. No, you don't get to have any of this anymore. Because I don't know if they're looking out for me. And I need to make goddamn sure they are, or they're not going to be allowed close. I need people who are on Team Anna, and you need people who are on your team. And if they're not there rooting for you on your team, get rid of them. Because now they're just using you like an avatar so they can live vicariously through you. Some of the people that I collected over the years, I collect people. Some of the people who I collected over the years were wallflowers. I ended up picking up a lot of wallflowers. Let me tell you what a wallflower is. I would go in, have this wonderful dinner with this man, and he was an introvert. And he would say, please tell me all your stories. Now, I'm an actress and a storyteller. So it was like, oh, look, I have a stage. So I indulged. I told all of my stories, and I watched him be a good audience and go, ooh, wow, that's amazing. Wow. And I would say to him, why don't you go out and have your adventures? Oh, I would never do that. Oh, no. I like just hearing about other people's stories. And at first I liked that. But then I didn't. Because it took time out of my adventure to push pause and sit with this person who was giving me nothing while I told him the adventures I lived on. I didn't need his audience anymore. I would rather be out there having adventures than entertaining someone about my adventures. See how that works? And suddenly, I had no patience for wallflowers. I could feel them being afraid to live, so they lived vicariously through me. I could feel them using my adventures and my stories and my time to appease their fear, so they could stay safely tucked in their world of fear, trapped in their room, dreaming and wishing. My favorite moment in the Harry Potter series is the Mirror of Erised. I do not need to really say much more. I love the Mirror of Erised. Do not waste your life on dreams and forget to live. That's not my identity. I don't condone that. So I cut out the wallflowers. I said, no more. You go live your life. I'm going to be busy living mine. You want to hear my stories? Buy my book. Because I don't have the time to sit down and entertain you. I don't have the time to give you that energy from me. They're energy suckers. That's what they are. Wallflowers, in my opinion, are energy suckers. It's going to cost you. Energy costs. It's energy for energy. Energy for energy. It's all about that exchange. And if you're just taking and taking and taking that energy, you really need to sit down and figure out some stuff here. Because you can't just consume and take. That's where the identity needs to step up. That's where the identity really needs to come in. Because when you have an identity that's established, you understand that energy exchange. And suddenly it's, I'm not going to take from this unless I'm putting out and giving. Because you understand that that's how the flow works. You respect the flow. You start to become mindful of the balance. You start to become mindful of the energy and where you put yours and who is giving back. And that's it. You start cutting out people who take your energy and don't give it back because it drains you. You feel it draining you. It's that one friend that you really don't know why you're still friends, but they keep taking and taking, and you keep giving them your time and your energy, and you get nothing back. And they make promises to you. They might say something like, oh yeah, thank you for being such a great friend. You're such a good friend. But you don't need their counsel. You don't need their advice. You don't need their time. In fact, you never reach out to them because you don't need them. But boy, are they calling you? Are they messaging you every time they need something? Because they need your counsel. Because they are not taking care of their identity. They are taking care of living vicariously through other people. So either you're living through somebody vicariously or you're nurturing your own identity. And yes, it is this black and white. Either you are nurturing your own identity or you are living vicariously through someone else. Abusively, passive aggressively, codependently. Which is it? Because if you're not living vicariously through someone else, then you've got to be putting your energy into yourself. You've got to be putting it somewhere. So where are you putting your energy? You should be putting it into yourself. Because otherwise, you're abusing someone, you're codependent, or you're draining them. Think about it. Where are you putting your energy? Once you figure out the balance, and you start to really pour all of your efforts and your attention into your energy consciously, with the assistance of your conscious awareness, who's stepping up now, going, oh, now that I'm aware of this imbalance, now that I'm aware of all the players, now that I understand some of what's going on, I can actually start doing that. So I'm going to start putting my energy into my identity and doing my self-work. And I'm not going to allow others to live for me, nor let another person live for myself. Ayn Rand. Atlas shrugged. I promise I will not live for another person, nor let another person live for me. That was the mantra I picked up at 15 years old that would go on to shape my life. To thine own self be true. This has been Crisis Mode. Please subscribe to my newsletter. Take a look at more of my playlists. Subscribe to this channel. And I have a plethora of services coming up. I have Tuning Into Your Power, where I take you deep into the identity for your recovery, as well as for your conscious awareness, getting that up to par. And we work on turning down that Jerry, turning up your defense system, and getting your cognitive core balanced and aligned. This is Triadic Healing with the Healing Garden. My name is Anna Imagination, and may the kindest of words always find you.